with the two albums, they're probably the two of the best albums I've ever done in my life. And I think this one, for me, and for Bernie, I know, definitely, this is his favorite album we've ever done.
But see, I can say this, and knowing you're too humble to say it, but I'm going to toot your horn for a minute. Not a lot of artists today can sit down and record an album live.
No way.
You guys really, you're musicians, you're artists, and
well, that's why we like to play live, because we are musicians, and you know, there's a lot of great technology around, and I love it, but I don't understand it too much. So I think it's better that I just do what I do best and sit at the piano, play with my band, and make live music. And if it comes to recording it that quickly and that enjoyably, then we're going to do it like that.
And you know what, I have a question for you, because you said with this album, The Captain and the Kid, within 20 days, the music was written. You were in the theater, and and everything came together. So does Bernie always write the lyrics first, or there are times where you write the song first and then he does the lyrics? How do you do it?
It's always been Bernie writes the lyrics first, and he comes down to Atlanta and or wherever we're recording and explains the lineup. This was easier to record because it's written in running order. Right. And it's so much easier to record an album in running order than it is when you've got 14 or 15 songs and you think, now how are we going to sequence this? Right. So this one, it tells a story. It's kind of like a visual thing. It starts off with postcards from Richard Nixon when we first landed in America and got picked up by a London bus, and we were so disappointed we wanted to be met by an American big car. And then once you got that song written, then you go on to the next song. And then it's kind of a visual thing as you're writing as well.
Steve McQueen,
and so we
you mentioned.
Sorry?
You mentioned seeing Steve McQueen.
Well, I actually did see Steve McQueen on Sunset driving a red Porsche. You know, we were like, our eyes were this big because we were in America, we were in Los Angeles, we were in Hollywood, and we could not believe what was happening to us. And America's always been so great to us. I mean, my career started in America, and I say this at the end of the show every night, that I'm so grateful for the loyalty that the American public have had for us over the years, through the ups and the downs and whatever. My audiences that come to see me are just the best, the messages they send, and it's great to be able to thank people for that, because without America, I don't know where I'd been. I might not have been successful, because that trip to Los Angeles, and I didn't want to go.
Right.
I didn't want to go. I thought, no, it's too soon, and too soon. What did I know? But it's been an incredible ride, and it's led to a wonderful life, and me living part-time in Atlanta and having so many friends in this country. And of course, you know, this album is very influenced by a lot of American music. Everything that we did in our early career and to the last album, even Peachtree Road, were influenced by American music. So it's only fitting that we recorded it in Atlanta and made it in America.
Oh, and we won't let you go home here, because I was mentioning how this tour was supposed to be 3 years, 75 shows. You come in, and in 18 months, you had done all 75 shows, and in reaction to the phenomenal success that people are experiencing with you going through this journey of all your greatest hits, you're back here now for another 150 shows.
I know. Well, when I came to Las Vegas to do the Red Piano, I wanted to raise the bar and do something a little different. So we enlisted David LaChapelle, who is, he's quite a genius.
Yes,
and he put this show together with me and for me. And it's a show that I really enjoy every time we've come back. We've done over 120 shows here now, and they've each been really, I notice something different every night, and we change it from time to time. We add another film, another video, and I'm on tour and doing a 2 hours 3/4, and I come here and I do an hour and a half, and you have to make sure it's an hour and a half of really high quality production, because that's what people come to Vegas to see. They come to see something that they wouldn't see anywhere else in the world, and that's what this show's all about.
So for those, again, that are just joining us, I want to tell you very quickly why we're here. This is a 2-CD set that is $17.93, and one of the CDs is The Captain and the Kid, the newest CD to come along from Elton John. And you know what? Over 6,400 have already been ordered. If you want to have it, it is an advanced order that will ship to you on November 13th, but you use the item number E01919. And keep in mind your bonus CD, which has 5 tracks on it, all live tracks, 3 of which are from The Captain and the Kid, and 2 of which are some of the greatest hits that he's had in the past. You can only find it right here on QVC. So keep that in mind and stay here, because we've got more songs coming up from Elton John, and we also have a lot more to find out about the collaboration on this fabulous CD, so stay with us.
thing about this record is that it touches on the basic sort of elements of the arc of life. I mean, it talks about achievement, it talks about failure, it talks about death, it talks about love, and those are the things that affect everybody. And so we're simply talking about the things that affected us, but in essence, they're really the things that touch everybody's lives.
Welcome back to Elton John, live from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, we are here live in Las Vegas with the one, the only Elton John, and we are broadcasting from the Coliseum, which of course is in Caesars here in Las Vegas. We have an amazing opportunity for you. It is a 2-CD set. The CD, The Captain and the Kid, which is the latest CD to come from Elton John, and the bonus CD, which has 5 live tracks on it that cannot be found anywhere else. If you want to get this for the holidays, and it's an advanced order that will ship to you on November 13th. The price for both is $17.93, and I want to reintroduce, for those of you just joining us, first of all, to Sir Elton John, who has been so gracious to be here today. I know you have a show to perform tonight, so it really means a lot to us. You've taken the time out of your day to be with us.
It's a first for me. I've never done this before. So it's always nice to have a first, after all this time. It's nice to... I watch QVC quite a lot because I'm just fascinated in what people buy. And, and watch the numbers come up, and it fascinates me. No, it's a really cool thing.
And it's live TV. And
I know. I love live TV. That's even better.
It is. Exactly. And Cynthia Garrett is joining us too. And of course, she was a lead interviewer from VH1, and she also has a line of fashion jewelry here on QVC, which has just exploded. Everyone loves it. And so you've interviewed Elton before, and we're so glad that you're here along with us because this has been so much fun so far.
It's always great for me to. It's been so long, but it's always great for me to interview someone who. I mean, come on, I'm a fan. And I think when you lose that, for what I do, when you lose the ability to really be a fan, you lose your magic in life.
I'm a fan of so many, people, and especially younger artists. And I like, that keeps you young. It keeps you, your ears young and fresh, and there's always something new to hear from someone. And it's great. I always like to go out every Tuesday and buy my CDs, and it's just as exciting now as it was when I was a little kid.
Well, you blaze so many trails for younger artists. Are you kidding me? That's why it's interesting. You said this is a first for you on QVC. It doesn't surprise me that you would be one of the first really great artists to be here, because you tend to always put your finger on the pulse of what's new and edgy.
Well, you have to, I know all the great old music, and I love it, and it's in my computer, in my brain. But when you hear things like Scissor Sisters and the Killers and Ray LaMontagne and Rufus Wainwright and Anthony and the Johnsons, these kind of new people come along. John Mayer, I championed him a few years ago, and he's now huge. Ryan Adams, these people, they teach me a lot. They have so much energy. Young people have so much positive energy, and for someone like myself, it just rubs off, and I just love it. I just absolutely love it.
You know what I think it is? You mentioned young people having so much energy. I have a 14-year-old son, and I realize that the thing about him that's so amazing for me to see is that sort of ability to do it all. It's a faith they have looking forward in life.
There's no fear.
No.
Youngsters have no fear.
They're invincible.
And when you're in a young band or a young artist, you don't have the fear, and everything is just done completely and utterly on instinct. And that's what happened to us in the first few years of our career, when we were successful in 1970, 75, when we could really do no wrong. When the Captain Fantastic album came out, it was the first album to come out at number 1 on the Billboard charts, and we had no fear. And then you step aside a little bit, and then someone takes over, and you never kind of have that instinct again. You have instincts, but there's a certain period of time for which you feel invincible.
You are so right. You're so right.